Steve White. Good afternoon.
Kim, good to be here. Good to be into the fall. A little bit of cooler weather.
Yeah, a little cool this morning. Yeah. It was nice.
Everything's kicking off really well. But I would be remiss if I didn't start our show today talking about the friend that we lost last year, Trojan Nation, Walter Huckabee. A friend, a mentor to me when I first came 42 years ago, and I coached baseball. I worked for the recreation department during the summer, and Huck and Roger Johnson immediately took me in and taught me things that I still use in my life. We all lost a friend. We're going to miss Huck. He's being laid to rest as we speak as this show progresses. But he's in a better place. He was a man of faith and a man of character and an absolute legend and an icon. And Huck, we're going to miss you. All right, let's move into to business, as Huck would want us to do. All right, let's talk about what went on last week, and let's recognize some kids. First of all, with our cross-country program, they went to the South Georgia Cross Country Championships at Jeff Davis on Thursday. Unfortunately, the middle school got to run, and then the high school was rained out. But in the middle school division, our girls finished 6th out of 11 teams. We had 2 girls to medal. Kayla Smith finished 2nd with a time of 13:15, and Anna Claire Baker finished 25th with a time of 15:45. Our middle school boys finished 7th of 13 teams. We had 2 medalists there also. Aaron Ramirez finished 21st with a time of 13:25. Jose Castro Nito finished 24th with a time of 13:32. So varsity didn't get to run last week, but they've got another meet coming up into the month. All right, let's talk softball. Varsity softball went 3-0 on the week. They did not allow a run in 3 games. Our pitching has been really good. Teams playing well, and this is a good time as we're in the heart of region play for this to take place. First game of the week was against Brantley. We defeated Brantley County 4-0. Aaron Robinson, complete game shutout. Amori Palk, Abby Dockery, and Carly Thomas had 1 hit each. Palk's was a double. Played Turner County on Wednesday, defeated them 12-0 in 5 innings. Maggie Brown and Emmy Cole combined for a no-hitter. Ella Winters went 3 for 3 at the plate. Hannah Hutchison and Ella Edge launched home runs for the Lady Trojans. Big region game, Ware County defeated the Gators at home 1-0. Aaron Robinson, 7 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. Game was scoreless going to the bottom of the 6th. Carly Thomas led off with a bunt base hit, scored the winning run on a Hannah Hutchison RBI single. So 3-0 on the week. Didn't allow a run. We're now 10-2 overall, 4-0 in the region. And I'll talk about our week schedule, this week's schedule in just a minute. Okay, let's talk middle school. Let's talk football, and let's talk about our under programs first. Middle school on Monday in a makeup game from the Hurricane. 7th grade defeated Valdosta 30-15. 8th grade defeated Valdosta 20-7. On Wednesday, our 6th grade Trojans defeated Colquitt County for the 2nd time this season, this time 8-0. They're 2-0 on the year. On Thursday, regularly scheduled games with Colquitt County. Our 7th grade defeated Moultrie 20-0. 8th grade lost 22-14. So right now, our 7th grade is 3-1 on the year. 8th grade is 2-2. They both will play at Tifton this week. Our 7th grade has already clinched a home playoff game the following week. Our 8th grade needs to beat Tifton for them to host also. So middle school playoffs are right around the corner. 9th grade football defeated Lowndes 18-13. Tyler Dowling was 5 for 7 passing for 78 yards and a touchdown. Dowling added 28 carries for 228 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. So what a game for Tyler Downing, over 300 yards of total offense. Rushing, Matthew Taylor, 12 carries for 40 yards. Kadrian Wooten, 2 carries for 6 yards. Receiving, Treshawn Smith, 2 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. Corey Jenkins added 2 catches for 18 yards. For our 9th grade defenders, Demetrius Williams led the team in tackles with 6. Jordan Solomon had 4. Eli Vickers, Jimmy Jackson, Jacob Maddox, McQuavian Holloway had 3 tackles. Corey Jenkins, Josiah McCray, Kadrian Wooten had 2, and Josiah Staggers, Xavier Dobson, and Joaquin Knight had a tackle each. Demetrius Williams also had 2 interceptions. So big win for the 9th grade against Lowndes on the road at 18-13. Our JV defeated Lowndes 32-28 here at the stadium. KJ DeBruce and Zine Preston had big gains for the Trojans, who overcame a 21-0 deficit. I was at that game. We were down 21-0, had nothing going our way. DeBruce broke a big run, put us on the scoreboard at 21-7, and basically we dominated the game from there out. So 9th and JV both defeated Lowndes last Thursday. That doesn't happen very often, I'll promise you that. Varsity. Salem came to town Friday night. Big Trojan win, 58-0. Trey Ross filling in at quarterback for Maurice Hansley, who is still trying to get well from a high ankle sprain. Trey went 8 for 9 for 56 yards and a touchdown. Rushing, Fred Brown had 12 carries for 101 yards and 3 touchdowns. Fred's gone over 100 yards every game this year. Trey Ross added 7 carries and 40 yards from the quarterback position. Zine Preston had 2 carries for 26 yards and a touchdown. Patrick McCall, Tyrese Hansley, and KJ DeBruce also scored on the ground. Anthony Paulk, 1 catch for 10 yards, and that was our touchdown in the receiving game. Offensive line played extremely well again. The dominant pancake blocks, Tico Smith had 8, Jerzavian Grant 5, Kyler Smith 4 for the big guys up front, who played very well again. Defensively, we had 4 sacks in the game, 2 by Isaiah Johnston, 1 by Lorenzo Harvey, and 1 by Iverson Gifford. Tackles. Chris Reed led the Trojans with 5 tackles. Isaiah Johnson, Travis Adams Jr. had 4. Lorenzo Harvey and Jairus Carter had 3. Lorenzo Harvey led the team in tackles for losses. He and Travis Adams both had 3 tackles for losses. Isaiah Johnson and Chris Reed had 2, and Jairus Carter had 1 tackle for loss. Special teams, Jonas Saylor, 5 for 5 on extra points. Aiden Gonzalez kicked the last 3. He was 3 for 3, so we were 8 for 8 kicking extra points. So good for the special teams also. And I would also like to mention the win over Salem was Coach Coe's 150th career win. Not many people reach that milestone. Congratulations to Coach Coe, doing an outstanding job. 150 wins in his career. All right, let's talk about what all is going on this week. All right, first of all, today, home, varsity and JV softball versus Telfair County. The JV starts at 4, varsity right after. Middle school softball's at Valdosta for a doubleheader beginning at 4. On Tuesday, JV and varsity softball will be at Ware County with the JV starting at 4, varsity right after. Middle school softball will be at home versus Valdosta. The A-team only is playing that game, and that's at 4 also. On Wednesday, softball is back at home, varsity only. Game versus Lanier at 5:30. On Thursday, softball goes back on the road. That's 4 straight days they're playing this week. Yep. They go to Bradwell for a varsity JV doubleheader at 4. Now, the game's going to be played at Liberty County High School, not at Bradwell Institute on Thursday. Middle school softball will be home versus Tiff, doubleheader at 4 o'clock. 9th grade football is at Valdosta. The game time will be 4:30. It was originally scheduled for 5, plus the game will be played at Newbern Middle School. So the 9th grade football at Valdosta on Thursday will be played at Newbern Middle School at 4:30. 7th and 8th grade football will be at Tiff County at 4:30 on Thursday. Now, this is makeup games from the hurricane week. The playoffs were supposed to start this week. They've been pushed back a week. Finishing the regular season today, as I mentioned earlier, 7th grade is already hosting a playoff game next week. They've clinched either 1st or 2nd in the conference. The 8th grade needs to beat Tiff for them to host a playoff game next week. I'll let you know what happens next Monday. And last but not least, varsity Trojans headed to Richmond Hill Friday for our last game before region play begins in 3 weeks. So, Kim, I think that's all we got. It's going to be a good week last week, busy week this week. Come out and support these boys and girls, our student athletes. Thanks.
Yeah, get out and support all of them. I'm going to put you on the spot right quick. Like, is there a site that Trojan fans can go to get these times for these games?
Well, I have Mr. Newell in the school system. He sends out all of our schedules, and he sends out any changes that we make. But probably the best thing to do if they have any questions, just have them call the athletic office at Coffee High School.
Okay, that'll do it. Thanks, Steve. And you'll be back in with us next Monday to get an update.
Absolutely, Kim. Thank you.
The #1 hit music station.
Turn it up.
Vibe FM.